Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the next example. I'm going to recomment that one out and uncomment the next example and click Save. This function is called string replace or str_replace, and it takes 3 parameters. The first one is the text that you want to replace. The second is the text that you want to replace the first text with. And the third is the variable that you want to perform this replacement in. So what this will do is take a variable, which of course is this variable up here. It will look for the word example, which exists right here, and it will replace it with party. So instead of it saying this is a string example, it will now say this is a string party. So let's go ahead and save this and jump back to the browser and refresh. And sure enough, it says this is a string party. This could be useful, for example, if you're trying to replace commonly misspelled words with the correctly spelled words, or maybe you're trying to replace cuss words in text with random characters. Let's go ahead and jump back to the editor and recomment this example and uncomment the next one. This function, strip tags, will take any HTML tags out of the text altogether and just return the text that it includes. So as we look at this variable here, it will take out this strong tag, both the beginning and the end tag, and just return the text. So let's go ahead and save this and refresh it in the browser. And sure enough, it says this is a string example, but notice that string is no longer strong. Strip tags is useful in a couple of situations. The first is if you're not sure about user-submitted content, if it could possibly include some malicious code in the HTML. The other is when you want to be able to display HTML as plain text. For example, you want to create a summary of some articles by taking a section of the actual content of the article and converting it to plain text. So you can take out all of the images because those are in image tags, and any breaks between text like paragraphs or break tags. Okay, let's go ahead and jump back to the editor. We'll recomment out this example and uncomment out the next one. This function is called str_upper, so this is string to upper, and it will take some text and it will convert it to all uppercase. It's pretty simple. Let's go ahead and save it and jump back to the browser and refresh. And you see now everything is in capital letters. Now most of the time you won't want to do this and you'll want to use CSS instead, but there are some situations where doing this with PHP will work better. Let's go ahead and jump back to the examples. I'm going to go ahead and comment this out again and uncomment this next example. This function, UCWords, is short for uppercase words, and it will take a string and it will capitalize the first letter of each word. So in this example, this would be capitalized. It's already capitalized, so there will be no change there. The I and is will be, and A will be, and so on. Let's go ahead and save this and jump back to the browser and refresh. And you see that all the words are capitalized except for string, and string isn't capitalized because it was inside of some HTML. So this can be useful if you're trying to create a title from some text and you're not quite sure what the original capitalization is. Let's go ahead and jump back to the editor and take a look at our last example here.